Last August, I was in Washington, D.C. when the U.S. Navy Band's orchestral ensemble performed on the steps of the Capitol. I didn't have my tripod with me that day, so I held my phone up for over an hour to record the entire performance. It actually took about 3 weeks for the pain in my neck to finally go away, but it was worth every moment of it. What you're about to see is the performance as it happened, uninterrupted. Enjoy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's concert by the United States Navy Band. I'm Chief Musician Bill Edwards.
And I'm Senior Chief Musician Casey Campbell, and we'll be your narrators for tonight's performance. On behalf of all the members of the Navy Band, it's truly a pleasure to be here with you this evening, representing hundreds of thousands of active duty and reserve sailors stationed around the globe.
Tonight's program is themed around epic journeys and incredible adventures. We began our concert with excerpts from Maurice Jarre's Academy Award-winning score to Lawrence of Arabia, a movie based on the life of T.E. Lawrence, a British archaeologist, soldier, and writer. The music draws from two of the film's most iconic themes, the vibrant, sonically rich Arabian motif, bursting with color and primal energy, and the introspective Lawrence theme, a hauntingly lyrical melody that mirrors both Lawrence's deep connection to the desert and his inner emotional struggles.
Up next is a fiery Spanish march that evokes the drama of the bullfighting ring and comes wrapped in a bit of mystery. Amparito Roca was written in 1925 by Spanish composer Jaime Tesidor Dalmau. Or was it? Some say the real composer was a British military officer named Reginald Ridewood, who was briefly stationed in Gibraltar. According to the story, Ridewood wrote the march only to have it stolen and published under Dalmau's name. And then there are debates about the title. Amparito Roca translates roughly to rock shelter, which could be a nod to Gibraltar, but others believe it was simply named after a young woman Dalmau knew personally. Well, whatever the true story may be, one thing is certain. Nearly a century later, this energetic Paso Doble march continues to thrill audiences around the world. Here is Amparito Roca.
The Navy Band is full of talented musicians, and this evening we are pleased to feature two of them on our next piece. Chief musician Phil Eberly is originally from Shillington, Pennsylvania, and joined the Navy Band in 2008. He has earned a Bachelor of Music in Music Education from George Mason University and a Master of Music in Euphonium Performance from the University of North Texas. He is a first-place winner of the Leonard Falcone International Euphonium Competition and a finalist in the International Tuba Euphonium Association Artist Solo Competition. In addition to his duties as principal euphonium and section leader in the concert band, Chief Eberly also leads the Navy Band's brass quartet and tuba euphonium quartet. Musician First Class Ethan Bartley hails from Kansas City, Missouri, and joined the Navy Band in 2018. He earned a Bachelor of Music in Trumpet Performance from the University of Kansas in 2014 and a Master of Music in Trumpet Performance from Indiana University in 2016. An experienced instructor and clinician, he also plays second trumpet with the York Symphony Orchestra and is a member of the Apex Brass Quintet, based here in Washington, D.C. Tonight, they'll join forces on a piece inspired by the 2012 Red Bull Stratos jump, where a man named Felix Baumgartner ascended in a helium balloon higher than seems possible, more than 24 miles above the Earth, and then stepped off into the nothing below, performing a historic free fall that lasted almost 4.5 minutes, breaking the sound barrier on his way back down. This piece is structured in two continuous sections, representing both the ascending and descending stages of the jump through a gradually unfolding meditation and an adrenaline-fueled scherzo. To perform Ascension by Tom Daverin, please welcome Chief Musician Phil Everly and Musician First Class Ethan Bartley.
We'd love to connect with you beyond tonight's concert, so please take a moment to visit the United States Navy Band's website, where you can contact us, subscribe for email updates, and find links to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and more. We'd love to receive your comments and suggestions, and if you're sharing photos or videos from the concert, don't forget to tag us at US Navy Band. One of the most legendary figures in English folklore is the heroic outlaw Robin Hood, archer, rebel, and champion of the people. Alongside his band of merry men, he outwits the greedy Sheriff of Nottingham, challenges the corrupt Prince John, and fights to restore King Richard the Lionheart to the throne. And somewhere between sword fights and disguises, he falls in love with the clever and courageous Maid Marian. Robin Hood's story has been told and retold for centuries, on stage, in books, and in more than 50 film adaptations. And one of the most iconic is the 1991 blockbuster Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. With a box office haul of $390 million, a sweeping score by Michael Kamen, and a chart-topping Bryan Adams ballad, it brought the legend into a new era of epic adventure. So draw your bow and steady your aim. Here is music from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I'll introduce you now to a sailor who is very important to what we do, though you won't often see him on stage. Please say hello to our talented audio engineer, chief musician, Stephen Van Dyne. We now turn to a rarely performed gem by Percy Grainger, composed between 1903 and 1909, but left unpublished for 78 years. The piece pays tribute to two major cultural events that helped introduce the American cakewalk to Europe. First, John Philip Sousa's European tour in 1900, and second, the London debut of the groundbreaking African-American musical In Dahomey, featuring music by Will Marion Cook. Composer Percy Grainger, fascinated by both, created a wild fusion of a number from Cook's musical and a popular cakewalk by Sousa's star trombonist and arranger, Arthur Pryor. The result is a vibrant mashup that feels like a ragtime tune pushed through a funhouse mirror. Recognizable, but unmistakably Grainger. Originally written for solo piano, our Navy Band version was orchestrated by musician first class David Miller in 2014. This is In Dahomey, a cakewalk smasher.
Tonight, we bid farewell to one of our shipmates. This evening marks the final concert for chief musician Dan Geldert, one of our outstanding euphonium players. Dan joined the Navy Band in 2009, and over the past 16 years, he has not only shared his remarkable musical talent, but also made lasting contributions behind the scenes. A true tech wizard, he led a complete redesign of the Navy Band's website, bringing our digital presence into the modern era. Please join us in expressing our heartfelt gratitude to Chief Musician Dan Geldert for his dedication, creativity, and 16 years of exceptional service. In the heart of Córdoba, Spain, stands a true architectural marvel, La Gran Mezquita, or the Grand Mosque. Construction on the building began in 716 AD on the ruins of a Visigoth cathedral, and over the centuries, the building grew into something extraordinary. Spanning nearly 4 acres, this sacred space has, at different times in history, welcomed worshippers of Muslim, Christian, and Jewish faiths. Its very walls tell the story of Córdoba itself, layer upon layer of history, culture, and artistry. In its architecture, you'll find the elegant curves of the Muslim Iberian design, alongside Byzantine mosaics, Hispano-Romantic flourishes, and traces of its Visigoth heritage. Our next piece by American composer Julie Giroux opens with the destruction of the original Christian church in 716 and evolves into a powerful musical tribute, celebrating the enduring multicultural spirit of La Mezquita and the city that surrounds it. Here is La Mezquita de Córdoba by Julie Giroux.
This year marks the 250th anniversary of your United States Navy. Throughout our nation's history, sailors in America's Navy have bravely served in defense of freedom, each dedicated to the ideals of honor, courage, and commitment. Today and every day, nearly 100 ships and submarines are underway or deployed, and the world's most advanced naval aircraft are patrolling the skies worldwide. For 250 years, America's warfighting Navy has been there, deterring aggression, protecting the American way of life, and defending our national security interests on, under, and beyond the sea. One way the Navy Band supports the United States Navy's mission is by building and strengthening alliances with partner nations through the universal language of music. As an example, the Korean folk song Arirang has endured for over 600 years, with more than 3,600 known variations passed down through generations. Celebrated for its simple beauty and depth, Arirang is often seen as a symbol of human creativity, freedom of expression, and empathy. In 2024, during a goodwill visit to South Korea, the U.S. Navy Band honored the rich cultural heritage of the song and the people of Korea by premiering a new arrangement of Arirang created by musician first class Tim Hill. Here is the beautiful Arirang.
of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, there lies a simple but world-changing mission: the destruction of one powerful ring. First published in 1955, this sweeping epic follows Frodo Baggins, a humble hobbit who carries the fate of Middle-earth on his shoulders. He's joined by 8 companions, warriors, and friends, together forming the Fellowship of the Ring. This legendary tale inspired Dutch composer Johann de Meij to create his Symphony No. 1, a 5-movement work that brings Tolkien's world to life through music. Premiered in 1988, the symphony opens with a musical portrait of Gandalf, the powerful wizard who is both kind and wise, yet unpredictable and fearsome. He guides the Fellowship and rides into danger atop Shadowfax, the lord of all horses. Here is the first movement of Johann de Meij's Symphony No. 1, Lord of the Rings.
a tribute to all the veterans in our audience. If you or a member of your family have served in the armed forces of this great nation, as you hear your branch of service represented in song, please stand proudly as we conclude with Armed Forces on Parade, beginning with the United States Air Force.
The United States Space Force.
The United States Marine Corps.
The United States Coast Guard.
The United States Army. The United States Navy.
Well, there you guys have it. That was the U.S. Navy Band concert on the steps of the Capitol on August 3rd, 2025. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next time, I gotta bring a tripod because my shoulders are killing me after that. But it was worth it, right?